welcome back. It is the end of April and a lot has happened. I won't get into those updates because they're a little bit stressful and a little bit awesome, and I'm not sure if I want a mix of all of them or if I just want to jump straight in. So let's just jump straight in so I don't get stressed out. Anyway, this month's post on the channel, this video is going to be really exciting because it's about advanced reader copies. I highly suggest you hunting down how you can get advanced reader copies because they're the most fun and exhilarating to be able to read the book before it comes out with like a very select few of other people. Becoming a beta reader was really one of the best things that's happened so far, and it really pushed me to make this channel and to make my blog, which the link is below. Please subscribe, please like, please share. I really need a few more followers so that I continue being a beta reader because I'm not good at videos, but I do love reading and I'm really good at that. Anyway, let's get straight to it. I read, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 advanced reader copies this month, along with a whole bunch of other books that I read, which I will absolutely send another video later on about, but right now it's really important. So the first one that I read was actually by one of my besties. Her name is Jourdana Weber. Her book is coming out in September, and it's gonna be so awesome, you guys. It's so good. It's so freaking good. It's like if Legally Blonde, Elle Woods decided, you know, this is not my vibe anymore, and she stopped being a lawyer and she followed her dreams of being a writer, and then all sorts of stuff ensues, and it's just so beautiful. And oh my god, she wrote a beautiful book called Unconventionally Elle. Part of it is based in New Orleans because of obviously we're near New Orleans, and that's obviously going to always be a thing for us, and I kind of love finding a book based in my area. Just so great to live so close to such a wonderful city. Anyway, she did a contemporary romance, and she's already writing her second and third novels, which is going to be so amazing. One of those two other novels is going to be, I think, a sequel or a connection in the same world as this book. It is called Unconventionally Elle, and I'll put up the little thing right here so you can see what it's gonna look like. They don't have a cover for the book yet, but super exciting. So yeah, I gave it a 4.85, almost a 5. There was like a few itty tiny bitty things that, like, and the big scale of things wasn't worth it to mention, but so beautiful, so well written. The characters have wit and experience, and their complexities mesh together so well, and they're so broadly different from each other, but they all get along really great. Well, sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do, because that's a book. Highly recommend it. Comes out September 4th, so I will keep y'all in tune for that. I will let you know on my Instagram. I will let you know on this thing. And actually, the good news about that, for me starting off with the best of the best, is that Jourdana will be on this channel with me really soon to talk all about her book, all about her writing style, her process, what inspired her, what continues to inspire her for her other books, and where we can get the pre-orders, as well as signing up for her newsletter, which is going to be super exciting. I can't wait for y'all all to meet her, and it's going to be such an exciting interview. That'll be coming up in the next couple months, and I'll let y'all know when that happens. The second book is by Miss Evie Woods. Everybody knows Miss Evie Woods because of The Lost Bookshelf, which is phenomenal. The Lost Bookstore, my bad, y'all. Phenomenal book, and she really writes in the same vein. She gets a lot of the same authors and illustrators to support her. Most of her covers are very in the same vein too. This one was a little bit different. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's not a 5-star for me. It is called The Mysterious Bakery on Rue de Paris. Now, the story itself is beautiful, where she gets a job because she needs one, and she wants to travel, and she gets a job at a bakery in Paris who's asking someone to know English. And within the first week of her working there, she finds this like unknown spice and this cookbook, and both kind of, every time you use the spice in the recipes from the cookbook, it triggers some beautiful memories and feelings that you had associated with those memories. And it's trickled throughout the book, and it's really beautiful. There's a whole bunch of connections. She finds romance. She finds found family. She brings in her actual family to support the found family. It's a few tropes, but mostly really, really beautiful read. It will come out April 8th. So by the time this video comes out, it will be out on shelves, and I hope all of you get it. Again, 4 out of 5 stars. And I don't know, the picture of the book might be up here, or it might be over here. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put it just yet. Next book is Wildest Dreams. You guys, 5 out of 5 stars, 6 out of 7 out of 10 out of a billion stars out of 5 stars. So good. So friggin' good. I have one caveat for this entire fucking book. Is the cover does not match the storyline of the book. Okay? None of this freaking book matches this kitschy, lighthearted, I mean, I love purple, but like, it's such a cartoony cover, and I love that for like the lighthearted romances and the quick fix books, but this was such a deep book, and it's so beautiful. It's so intricate. It is about Mackenzie, who is engaged to Sam. Sam messes up, and Mackenzie breaks up with him, and the night she breaks up with him and calls off the engagement, she meets another guy, and they have this week-long adventure, and it's way more stuff happens than that. I'm not going to give you any spoilers because I want every single person to understand that you need to buy this book. It is so beautiful. Now, this book came out into publication a month ago. So by the time this video comes out, it'll be out in shelves. It'll be on Amazon. It'll be everywhere you can buy a book. And it came out March 15th. It is my first advanced reader copy that is 5 out of 5 stars. It is amazing. I even told Jourdana, the author of Unconventionally Elle, about it because she does advanced reader copy and beta reader too. She fucking loved it. Anyway, yeah, you guys, the cover doesn't match it. So don't let the cover fool you. This is literally one of those moments where don't judge a book by its cover. Usually I do. I know I'm bad at that and everything, but like, this book is so good. I wish they would have made a whole series. I cannot get into the details about what happens because the second I start doing that, it'll give you all the spoilers, but it is so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta calm down from that because I'm gonna get to the next book. All right. Next book is 1,000 Ways to Die. This is a much more serious novel. It's nonfiction. It's the story of the dichotomy and the secrets and the little details that fall through the cracks and all the things that aren't covered by media, or the things that media hides when it comes to not just Katrina, but Black violence. The man is Trymaine Lee. Now, I know about him. I think he's a photojournalist, if I'm not mistaken. He's really talented author and writer. And this is, I think, his debut novel, if I'm not mistaken. It's really beautiful cover. It's a really beautiful story. It's split up kind of strange, so it bounces up and down and left and right, and you kind of gotta pick up really quickly to figure out which part of his story he's telling. And it's in all the major cities that he worked at when he was a journalist or when he was a photographer. And it is also, he's from New Orleans. So he lived in New Orleans for a really long time. And he lived there when Katrina happened. So he tells a good story about that. He talks about Boston. He talks about New York experiences. I think he also mentions Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken, and Chicago. And all of those are really, really good stories about how there's things that you don't see in the media about how poorly people of lesser means are treated and how it's either swiped under the rug or it's completely forgotten or deleted, or to the worst part, it's just completely lied about and gaslit to the mass public. It's a very, very interesting read. At some parts, I was bawling, crying because I was around when Katrina happened, and I remember certain experiences, and everyone has their own very specific experiences with Katrina if you lived through it and you were near here. I think the first time I ever saw a dead body was during Katrina. And it's really, really hard to ever forget that. I don't think I ever will. And it's August 29th. I have a bunch of friends whose birthdays that is. But August 29th is really a somber day, other than wishing like a couple of my friends who also have a very somber birthday. Because around here in New Orleans, it's a memory that's never going to go away. And we've had other hurricanes since. And we had other hurricanes before, but Katrina really hit very, very hard. So I really, really suggest you read this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars just because of how the time frame is set up. The book is really, really, really good. The cover is beautiful, and it's called 1,000 Ways to Die. I also don't know where I'm going to put this. I might put it here. I might put it up there. I might put it over here. I might put it right here. I don't know where I'm going to put the picture, but I'm going to put the picture up. The next book is called 5 Things I Love About You. It is by Clare Swatman. You guys, I have a little paper right here because I could not remember for the life of me all of the names of the authors. I'm just not really good with that aspect. I'm not good with names at all. But anyway, so I gave that a 4 out of 5. It's a really quick read. It's very fun. I have a few things to say about it that are super positive and other things that, okay, so it is basically, a contemporary romance mixed a little bit with paranormal and very heavy on fated soulmates. It is about Miranda, who is like 45 years old, maybe 50. I love that she's like in her growth stage where she's retired, she's getting close to retirement because she is actually a teacher. But she's got grown children, she's divorced, so she has a lot more freedom to do what she wants to do. And she gets in a bicycle accident, she hurts herself, she meets this one guy, and she only meets him for like a blip of a second. Like, she hasn't even seen his full face. She only knows a few things about him, but for almost a year after that accident, she is dreaming about this person, and she only knows 5 things about him. And that's where you get the title, 5 Things I Love About You, because it becomes an almost obsession to find this person just so that she doesn't have to have the dreams anymore. She is so hell-bent that this might be her dream man, so she goes to where one of the traits is that he lives in Newcastle. So she moves to Newcastle for a couple of months, and then she ends up like meeting someone who she thinks matches, and then it turns into a little tiny bit of a love triangle because she like falls for another person. it's really that the second half of the book is a tiny bit more complicated, but you still really, really enjoy the book itself. It's so beautifully written. I love that it's not a early 20s person. I love that it's simplistic in its storytelling, and it's simplistic in she's already lived her life, so she really doesn't need to do this, but she really is tired of having all of these weird dreams, and she's ready for love, and it's just very beautifully done. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. The author did a great job. It's one of those instances, again, that I would prefer a different cover. And I don't really know how publishing processes work, so maybe the cover is one of the last things that happen. I should probably ask Jourdana that. But yeah, so it's okay. It's not a fantastic read. It's not a terrible read by any far. I wouldn't give it a 5 stars, but it's a very quick, beautiful read about the concept of fated soulmates, the concept of destiny, the concept of someone being your match and your dreams being the lead to tell you to go find this person. So that's really, really good. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. Again, please make a different cover. Like, y'all need to work on your covers. I'm tired of the cartoon kind of drawing of illustrations on those. I want a little bit more poetic, a little bit like someone read the book or read a portion of the book before you make the cover, please. Anyway, okay, I'll stop with the complaining about the covers. Another one. This is the exact opposite. Okay, so here's a concept where the cover doesn't match the story at all, and it might be me. Okay, so this is called Far Away From Here, and it's by Ambata Kazi. I wanted so badly, you guys, to like this book. I wanted it so bad. The demographic is Black Muslims in New Orleans, and like right there hit me from the second. I was like, yes, oh my god, so great. Never talked about. Sorry, I just mean that they're never written about, and they are amazing human beings. And I know so many who are Black and Muslim and live in New Orleans, and they need their stories told more often. That being said, this was not the story for that. Like, maybe I go and talk to my friends in that demographic and that religion and ask them to write it, because I really wanted to DNF this book so many times. It took me so long to finish this book because I just could not get into it. I hated one of the 3 main characters, like could not stand her at all. I fully understood one of the other 3 characters and loved her, but she did not get nearly as much book time as the other one did. And the main male lead, I could not stand him at the beginning, and then was just kind of by the end of it. It's a beautiful concept. The cover is gorgeous. The story lacks interest for me, and I tried so hard because I was so excited. I love reading about different cultures, and I love getting to know the characters, and I love when they're complex, and I love when they're not stereotypical, when you think they're gonna be, and then there's a little switch. These were stereotypical characters. These were very negatively written characters with very little complexities until the tail end. And it kind of felt like forced proximity, but not in a good way. There was no chemistry. There was no background. There was no build. Loved the grandmother. She's fucking hilarious. Loved the father. He was really sweet. But I could not stand the 3 main characters. I'm so sorry to say that. That is probably my lowest rating. I think I gave it a 1.5 or a 2 out of 5, and I never go lower than a 3. So I can't suggest that book. The cover is beautiful. But if you want to read about that demographic and that religion and that city, then yes, go ahead. Try it for yourself, because maybe I was just off. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood. I am very much a mood reader. Maybe I wasn't into that one, but I just could not. And I don't DNF. So I finished it. I didn't want to. 1.5 out of 5. I can't even fully recommend it, but I did read it. So I'm going to keep it in this story. The next is Duet for One. Okay, so Duet for One was okay. It wasn't terrible. The cover was beautiful. Basically, Duet for One is about Adam and his complicated relationship with not only music, but his deceased mother and his father, and his relationship with a female violinist named Dara. It might be a female. I'm gonna be straight with you. This was like one of the first ones I read, and I don't remember if it's a bisexual relationship in the sense that she is is with another man, or a they, or a she. I don't remember, but it was a beautifully written book. I felt like it was a little, like there wasn't superb amount of action in it, that's okay with a more poetically written book. It was very complicated. There were a lot of little tiny details that I cannot remember about it. But again, the cover was beautiful, so that's what got me first. And it was written very, very well. And it is by Martha Ann Stoll, who has written a plethora of other beautiful books. So I really, really, wanted to give this one a chance. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 4 out of 5, 3.5, maybe a 4 out of 5. I'm not really sure. This is one of the ones that like I kind of forgot about the second I read it, and I really didn't want to feel that way because I really wanted to love the book. And I didn't hate it. It was still pretty, but wasn't one of my tops. Let's see. The next one. So, little background for me. I got a hysterectomy in November. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome and have a lot of complications from that. I also have an autoimmune, which gives me other problems there. And so I had to get a hysterectomy. And this book came up called Get It Out by Andrea Becker. It's nonfiction about how politics and religion play a huge part in women's health care, specifically in women's reproductive rights and hysterectomy and hormone replacement therapy, and also about how backwards we are in our worlds and specifically the United States, and even more specifically Louisiana, but not in the book, just we are very backwards. And it was really good. It was a very educational read. It was very beautifully written, while also being informative and opinionated. And I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was really, really great. I think it could use a little bit of work because it got a little monotonous in some parts and I just couldn't keep track. But quick read, small read. And if you want to educate yourself more on women's rights, both historically and what we can do in the future and how we can protect ourselves, go for it. This is a great book. 4 out of 5 stars. Again, it's Get It Out by Andrea Becker. Becker? Yeah, Becker. And then the last book was Songs for Other People's Weddings. Amazing cover, amazing concept. So gonna give like a 2-sentence relapse of the plot, and I'm not even gonna get into the book because I think every single person needs to read this book for themselves. It's not a 5-star. It's a 4.5 out of 5. There's a few little tiny things that you can very easily ignore that you could probably have an issue with later on, but like for the most part, it's just a really good read. J is an accidental, and that comes up, accidental wedding planner. Singer, wedding singer. But his little like niche thing is that he writes original songs for every single couple that he sings at their wedding for. And it gets way more complicated than that. It's a really, really fun concept. It's a really good book. The cover is beautiful. The writing is beautiful. The storyline is beautiful. There's a few hiccups in there, but whatever. And I really think 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm not going to tell you any more about that one. I'll put the picture right here. It is so fun to read this and such a quick read. It's not a fun book by any means. It's a very serious book with just like a very niche, weird concept. But it gives me wedding singer vibes, but more on an updated note. I think everyone would love it. It's really funny. It's got funny moments. It's got like heartbreaking moments. It's got really complicated love relationship complexities with not only the couples, but Jay himself and his dynamic with his girlfriend. And yeah, it's a really good book. So I hope everyone reads that. And those are the 9 books I've read as advanced reader copies so far. I've got a whole slew of more of them. And if you liked this video, please subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you have any opinions. I will put the books and their titles down below so that everyone can go and find them when they come out. Let me repeat the books one more time and their publication. The first one is Unconventionally Elle by Jourdana Weber. It is September 4th. Mysterious Bakery on Rue de Paris by Evie Woods. That came out April 8th. Wildest Dreams by Meridith Clare. That came out March 15th. 1,000 Ways to Die by Trymaine Lee, and that's nonfiction, and that's going to come out September 9th, same week as Unconventionally Elle. 5 Things I Love About You by Clare Swatman. That comes out the end of the month, April 24th. Far Away From Here by Ambata Kazi. That comes out August 12th. Duet for One by Martha Ann Toll. That is a historical romance. That comes out May 6th, so it might have already come out by the time I post this. I don't really know. A couple of them already will be out. And then, let's see. Get It Out by Andrea Becker comes out July 14th. And the very last book is Songs for Other People's Weddings by David Levithan. That comes out August 4th. And I hope all of you go and read at least half of those books. Well, maybe just one. I will see you next month, and you have a wonderful beginning of your summer. Bye.